Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm extra excited about today's video because we are going to be testing a new eyeshadow palette. I know that I just posted a video a few days ago where I mentioned using the palettes that you have, not buying into the hype of new releases. I caved, you guys. There is one brand that could get me to cave, and sure enough, days after filming that video, I saw Jen Phelps post some swatches from Sydney Grace on her Instagram, so I bolted to the Sydney Grace website to see what this new release was all about, and you guys, I bought it instantly. But in my defense, I did have a $65 credit, so I paid almost nothing for this. I mean, I did pay. Lame excuse, Mandy, no one's buying it. I am excited to share this palette with you guys today, though. I did just get done swatching it. It is a beautiful looking palette. I cannot wait to try it out with you guys today. I also picked up a couple of other bonus items, including another lip cream from them, which I love. I have one and I had to have another, so I got one of those as well, and a couple of blushes. So we're going to test them out today. I will, of course, be sharing with you guys the palette, the swatches, and we will, of course, be testing them out and creating a makeup look with these things today. So I'm excited. I hope you guys are excited as well. Before we get into the video, a very special welcome to any of you that are new visitors to my channel. I hope you enjoy this video today. I hope you'll consider subscribing to my channel before you leave, and if you'd like to be notified every time I upload a new video, make sure that the notification bell is turned on. And with all that said, let's take a look at this palette. Okay, you guys, so the last palette that I got from them, the Temptalia palettes, I complained about the packaging of those. I'm very happy to say that I'm thrilled with the packaging of this new palette. Here it is. It is the Be Mine palette. You guys, I don't know if you guys know this or not, but I kind of have a thing for black and white prints, like black and white polka dots, black and white stripes. Anything that has a bold black and white print on it is something that my eye is naturally attracted to. I don't know, are babies naturally attracted to like bold black and white, like the contrast? I don't know what it is, but I was naturally drawn to this packaging. I think it is adorable, so cute. And perhaps what you guys are most excited to see, here are these shadows inside. You guys, this one looks so pretty. You get this row at the bottom that is very deep and smoky and jewel toned, but then you get this center row of pinks. I think I've said this before, but I think Sydney Grace does pinks unlike anyone else can do pinks, and that goes for their shimmers and their mattes. I love their baby pink and kind of soft purple or mauve tones are some of my favorites that they do. And then of course you get this row of neutrals right here that's really beautiful as well. I'm going to insert a close-up of the palette for you guys, as well as these swatches on my arm, so you guys can see how they look compared to each other, how beautiful the swatches are. Sydney Grace shadows always swatch better than any other shadows that I have ever swatched. They're always consistent, and so far, just based on the swatches, this one doesn't seem to be any different. So I'm very excited to give it a try today. We'll probably be going with this pink row. I'm not sure. This shade really kind of intrigued me as well. This kind of like greeny silver. You know, I love shades like this. Very unique. There's actually quite a few unique shades in here, which I always think is nice. I have pretty much every shadow that they've ever created. I still don't have the Mel Thompson palette. Put that one on hold to get this one today, but it's still on my list. But that is the palette we're going to be playing with today. I cannot wait. I also want to walk you guys through just a couple more things that I got from Sydney Grace. I did get two blushes. I got a blush from them, I think in a mystery bag, either their last sale or the sale before that, and I was very impressed with it, so I wanted to pick up a couple more blush shades. So these are the two that I ended up going with. I got this one, which is the shade Mauve Delight. It's kind of a like cool toned purpley pink. This looks so stunning. There is the swatch on my hand. Really pretty. Ooh, that looks lovely. I also got this shade right here, which is the shade Peaches and Cream. A little bit warmer, very nice and kind of soft and pastel. Here's this one swatched. Ooh, that looks lovely as well. There it is right there. Those look stunning. Ooh. Actually, I think we're going to hold off and try the blush at the end because I'm not quite sure what I'm going to be doing on my eyes yet. I feel like if I go with something more bronzy, we'll go with the peach. But if I do maybe the more pink tones or something smoky, maybe we'll go with the cooler toned blush. So we'll come back to those at the end to decide which one I want to use. I did also get 3 more single shadows from them because I had a couple. I think these were at one point in a bundle that I never picked up from them. First off, this light pink, which is Picking Peaches. Really pretty shade. Oh, I love this. This would make a beautiful blush shade as well. I also got this shade, which is the shade Countess. Really nice, soft, matte, kind of mid-tone, cool, dusty purple. I don't think I have a shade quite like this. This is really pretty. I think it will go really well with some of the lighter cool tones that I have from Sydney Grace. And then last but not least, I got this one, which is Brilliant Realm. You guys know I love shades like this. I have a million of them. Might as well add one more. This one looks really pretty as well. Oh, I love their mattes. They are absolutely stunning. I know that sometimes the dark ones swatch really patchy. They never apply patchy on me, at least none of the ones that I've tried so far. I feel like their mattes sometimes swatch a little bit odd, especially their dark ones, but look at that shade. It is absolutely beautiful. I probably won't be playing with those ones on the eyes today. I just am in this kind of collect them all mentality when it comes to their single shadows. And then one more thing, I did get another lip cream from Sydney Grace. This is the shade Bailey, I believe. So here it is right here. It actually is a lot lighter on the lips than it looks in a swatch. I mean, not that that looks dark or anything, but when I initially swatched, I thought, ooh, that's maybe not as light as I was hoping that it would be, but it's pretty light on my lips. So if you're not into lighter tone nudes, this might not work very well for you. I think it's gonna be beautiful though with a lip liner. We will be using this one today as well. Actually, let's go ahead and apply this one right now. So I first wanna add a little bit of liner. I'm gonna take my Milani Understatement Retractable Lip Pencil. This one's in Nude Entrance. I'm gonna add a little bit of this first. Just slightly overline. Just in the center. Same thing on the top. I have been using this pencil for a little over a week now. I do like it, but I think if you have lines on your lips and you have trouble with feathering, this one does feather more than their color statement ones, the sharpenable ones do. I find that this one really does settle into some of my deep lines on my lips. Probably see that happening right there. Okay, and then let's pop a little bit of the lip cream on top. I love these. They smell like cupcakes. They are super, super opaque and rich. You do want to be careful with these though that you don't apply too much though, because they are so pigmented, especially with the lighter shade. It can look a little bit cakey on your lips if you apply too much. I love that shade though. I think that is so, so pretty. Okay, I do want to swatch these side by side for you guys. So this is one that I just put on. This is the shade Bailey. Let me give that one more swatch on the back of my hand. And then I want to compare it to the shade Kaylee, which is this one right here. They look so similar in the bottle. It's so hard to tell on their website how the shades are different from each other. So I think it's helpful to see people live swatch them, because you never know. Things can look so different in different lighting. It goes for me as well. So here they are in the same lighting. You can see how much lighter this one is and how much, it's quite a bit more cool toned, whereas this is more of like a rosy kind of mid-tone nude. I do love them both. Generally when I use this one though, I do like to go on top of it with something lighter in the center. So I'll use a smaller amount of this initially and then top it with either a lighter gloss or a lighter lipstick in the center, and that makes it just perfect for me. I really like this shade though. I think it's the lighter shade kind of suits me. All right, so here it is once again. I'm trying to decide, do we want to go like straight pink and just really focus on like this row right here, maybe a little bit of this purple or one of these colors like in the outer corner, or we could do some of the browns in the transition and then deepen things out with the pinks. I think I might go with the pinks, and I might pop a little bit of this green in the outer corner. We'll see. I don't know. I feel like that might be weird, but sometimes the things I think might be weird end up working out really well. So let's just start off in the pinks, like the softer pinks. We'll kind of slowly build up, and we might try and dip into some of that green towards the end. Today I'm going to use my Nabla brushes. So I'm going to start off with this blending brush right here, the N306. Just a nice big fluffy blending brush. We're going to start off in the very light pink right here. By the way, this palette does come in a light and a deep version. I went with the light version. I'm pretty sure she does that with most all of her palettes now, which I absolutely love. I think that's such a great idea. And generally speaking, I think not all the shades are different, but usually some of the mattes or some of like the key shades will be a little bit darker in the deeper version if you need something a little bit deeper. It's a really pretty soft pink. I feel like my lighting and coloring is looking a little bit better today. I've been having a heck of a time since I moved windows. I used to face east, now I face west. I cannot film in the morning. I've tried a few times, and the light, because the sun, as it's rising on the east, it shines on the sky in front of me, and because it's so blue, my lighting is super, super blue, and I can't counter for it with my camera. So I have to wait till the sun's a little bit higher, a little bit warmer before I can film, and I've been having a really hard time just getting my like lights and color temperature just right. So if you notice things are kind of varied from video to video, just know that I'm trying my best and that it's temporary. Someday my room will be finished and I'll go back to my better lighting, which is the one that faces east, which will be nice as well, because filming in the afternoon it's a challenge for me. I generally need a nap in the afternoon, and not only that, but my kids are always home and noisy and stuff's always going on. So mornings work better for me, which is going to make it a bit of a struggle, but that's all right. Or worse things in life. Okay, let's add a little bit of the shade just deeper than that. We're probably going to add all three of these shades kind of in sequence. We're going to take this brush, which is a little bit flatter. It's kind of like a flat pinched blending brush. We're going to take that medium pink. That's the shade Darling. Oh, so cute, by the way. These names are so cute. So you have Flirty, Soulmates was the one that I just went into, and then this one is Darling. I always appreciate a really cute name in an eyeshadow. Ooh, that's nice. So I'd love to know if any of you have any fun plans for Valentine's Day. And if you single folk out there, do you do like a Galentine's Day or something like that? I think that's such a fun idea. I have no idea what we're doing for Valentine's Day. Usually we just use it as an excuse to go out to dinner, try a new restaurant or something. We'll see. I'm gonna go back and actually mix these two shades together, the lighter and the medium, and we're gonna run that with that same brush just under the outer half of my lower lash line. I'm a little bit more sensitive with pinks on my lower lash line. Don't like to go in too far where I'm like naturally pink right here, because I feel like it kind of look like an extension of my under eye circles, like they've just like gotten bigger. I don't know, I feel like it's kind of like a fine line. Usually once your mascara and liner is all done, it comes together, but initially I always feel like, do I just look sick? I'm sure some people can pull it off better than others. And we're always our own worst critic, right? Okay, let's jump over to this shade right here. This is the shade Pucker Up. Really nice kind of berry tone brown. We're just using this small blending brush. By the way, this is the, where's the number? N205, just the tiny blending brush, and just applying that right to the lash line. My rougher brushes are still clean. It's been a week. Probably time. I thought about pulling them out for this video, but I probably should pull them out soon or they're gonna sit there forever. So funny. I've washed them dozens of times. This still happens every time I wash my brushes. Just tend to not want to use them for a while. So we could go in with this purple on the outer half, but I'm really wanting to try out this green right here. So let's just do it. Why don't we try out the green? I know that it's going to make it a little bit more colorful than I typically would do, but I don't feel like that's a very bold, colorful green. So let's just apply that on the outer half of the lid, and then we'll probably overlap it with the lighter pink. Okay, I'm just wiping that same finger off, and I'm going to take that finger and just smudge it along that front edge. Wipe it off again, same on the other side. And then back to that small blending brush. I'm going to take this just with nothing more on it, just along that outer edge where the shimmer is, just to kind of blend away some of that shimmer and pull back some of the depth underneath. Just so it's not harsh and it's nice and diffused. We might dip back into some of those dark shades if I feel like I need it. It's a really pretty color though. Let's jump over to that light pink. That's such a pretty, really light baby pink. Ooh, my fingers are really turning. Here's the shade right here. Really beautiful kind of baby pink. Very, very icy. It's definitely going to be pretty bright. I'm going to take it on my rougher number 21 brush, this flat shading brush right here. And we're just going to pop that on that inner lid and kind of overlap. So that actually has more almost purple in it than I initially thought. It's a little bit on the cool tone side. Okay, I'm actually going to use my finger now just to add a little bit more right there. I always feel like the finger works best generally with, especially with Sydney Gray shadows, if you really want them to pop. Okay, so I'm just going to go back and forth with my finger to kind of blend those two shades together. I don't know, I feel like those two shades are maybe clashing a little more than I wanted them to, or I was initially thinking that they would. I'm not sure I love the green and the pink together. Individually they're both beautiful, but I'm just going to go back and forth to kind of blend them out and make sure that they blend well together. I'm going to jump back over to this shade. I'm going to mix these two together, the deepest kind of berry tone and that mid-tone pink together, and we're just going to start kind of pulling this back in the outer corner. I just want to bring back some of that berry tone that I kind of lost when I put the green down. I think it will help to kind of tie those two shades together. Plus it will add a little bit more depth right there. Alright, so I'm going to also take a little bit of this kind of shimmery champagne. This is a really interesting champagne. It's like a champagne that has kind of a cool tone, almost like a taupey shift to it. So I want to try and put this on my inner corner. We're going to take it on my rougher number 3 brush And just pop that right on that inner tear duct. And last, I'm going to tap my large blending brush into the mid-tone pink and the lightest pink, Soulmates and Darling. Just a little bit on there. And I'm just going to go along this edge up here where I got really nice and dark to make sure I have a good bit of transition shade right there. I feel like I kind of lost when I added some of that depth. Okay, now I'm going to take my sponge that I use for my concealer and just take it not too close to that line, but just to ensure that I don't have anything that got too far out of line, pun intended. And last, I'm just going to take a tiny bit of this shade right here, the dark Berry Pucker Up, just on the tip of this kind of smudge, flat sort of C-shaped brush. And we are going to add that right to the lash line and just make sure the shape is just right. Alright, that looks great. I'm going to add just a tiny bit of my Wet n Wild liner just on my top, kind of like a little tiny wing right there. Then I'm going to add a couple of coats of my Power Up Mascara from Butter London. Then I'll be right back and we'll take a look at the eyes and finish off with the cheeks. Okay, you guys, here are the finished eyes. Actually, I think it looks really pretty. I was uncertain there for a minute, the green combined with the pink. I wasn't sure that I liked the combination, but now that everything's kind of blended, that my outer corner's done, the mascara, liner's on, I really like how this look turned out. Now, that's actually happened to me before. Where I'll have a color combination that I try, and initially I think, oh boy, maybe this didn't go very well. Sometimes when that happens, it just takes a little bit of back and forth, a little bit of blending, maybe adding a little bit more smokiness to the outer corner, or just blending out kind of the lines between the two diverse colors, kind of get them to meld together. But I really like how this one turned out in the end. Next time, I think if I was to come back and try that green again, I would really love to try this green kind of all over the lid with this champagne just on the inner part of the lid. I feel like those two might go together just a little bit better. Then maybe combine those with the browns. That would be a really stunning look. But overall, I'm really happy with this one. Very happy with the shades. Very happy with the formulas. I always am. Cindy Grace never disappoints. Everything's always so rich, so pigmented, so blendable. The metallics are beautiful. I do think this pink, though, it's a little bit more of like a smooth kind of satiny metallic than one of her traditional like ultra shimmery, ultra metallic shades. So there it is right there. It has a really nice sheen to it, but it's not as like explosively liquid metal as some of her really bright light metallics can be. But I kind of like that. I feel like it makes it a little bit more soft. It's a little bit more smoothing for those of you that have lines on your lids, which I definitely do. It doesn't always deter me from wearing shimmery shadows, but I do have pretty liney lids. But yeah, pretty excited about this one. I knew that I would be. I will keep playing with it. Let me know if you guys want to see me come back and use this one again. I know I've said that about a lot of palettes recently, and there's only so much time. So many palettes, so little time. That's the story of my life, but I'm excited to keep playing with it. I'll definitely keep you guys posted. I can't wait to try out some of these smokier shades down here. This bronze, you guys, I mean, it's pretty deep. I don't often do like deep bronze smoky eyes, but I love, it actually reminds me of Woodwinked by MAC, maybe a little bit deeper version of Woodwinked. That used to be one of my very favorite shades of all time. So I'm going to keep playing with it. Try out the rest of the shades inside here, see if I like them as much as I like the ones that I used today. Let's jump now into the blush. So what have I decided? I feel like I could really go with either one. I really want to try this kind of cooler tone shade though, because it is pretty unique. I don't have a ton of shades in my collection quite like this. This kind of reminds me of that collab shade that I think I finally did declutter. So I'm just going to take a bit of this on my Refer number 5. Again, this is the shade Mauve Delight. Let's just see. Oh, beautiful. That's pretty. Telling you guys, their blush formulas. Remember how I talked about the formula of these, how they're kind of magical? Kind of feel that way about the Cindy Grace blush formulas. The only bad thing is they don't come with packaging, and I keep forgetting to check their website to see if they have little pans or packages that you can insert these into. I would assume that they do, but I suppose I could put them in some of my empty palettes of theirs that I have combined with eyeshadows. That's what I've done with some of their other blushes and highlighters, which are also really nice, by the way. That is so pretty. And that completes this look. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. What do you think of the finished eye look? Did you like how this look turned out? What do you think of the palette? What do you think of the color story? Is this one that you guys are interested in? I know that Cindy Grace is not very mainstream, but I stand by what I have said many times. I think their eyeshadow formulas are among, if not the very best out there. And I'm really excited about this color story and setup as well. I think the packaging is great, which is always a bonus. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know if any of you picked up this palette, what you thought of it. Are there other palettes that you guys are really eyeing or loving right now? Or are you stronger than me and holding out and using what you already have, as I recently encouraged you to do? Either way, thank you so much for stopping by today and watching. I hope you guys are doing well. Let me give you one more reminder. If you have not yet subscribed, please be sure to do that before you leave. Help my channel to grow. I would really appreciate it. But that is all I have for you guys today. Thanks again. I will see you guys very soon in my next video. Bye. I have a hilarious story to share with you guys though. I was at my mom's house just a couple days ago. My sister was there with her family and I decided to make cookies for everyone. I am known for my chocolate chip cookie recipe, so I make cookies and I get to the very end. I'm just putting the last batch of cookies into the oven and I go to wash my hands and I look at my finger and I realize that my pinky fingernail, these are press-on nails, is missing. It's gone. And I'm thinking, could it possibly be in one of the cookies? So I told everyone, watch out. But then I got to thinking about it. I thought, no way it could have come off in the cookie dough when I was pulling pans out of the cupboard and I was washing my hands several times. It's gotta be either in the sink or in the pan cupboard. So everyone starts eating them, obviously kind of cautiously, but nothing happens. I didn't really think much of it. I get ready to leave. There were just a few cookies left as I was leaving their house and I get a text from my sister and she says, look what I found in the very last cookie. And she sent me this picture. I'm gonna show you guys right here. She got the fingernail. It was the very last cookie on the plate and she even thought to herself, what if it's in the last cookie? Sure enough, she breaks it open and there's the fingernail inside the cookie. So I will forever be known. I will never hear the end of this story, but I honestly don't mind that much because it's just so hilarious. How often does something like that happen in life?